Hello, class. This is the end of chapter 2, and this is the review portion of chapter 2. And it tells us that we could use our calculator for the whole review. So I did show you all how to do everything by hand. If you need to go back and get a refresher, you can. But for this lesson, since they say we could use the calculator, I'm going to use the calculator for the whole lesson. So let's get to it. It says a wooden flooring strip is 20.5 inches long. If you cut off 4 3/4 inches from one end, what would be the new length of the strip in inches? So basically, this is a subtraction problem. So what we would do here, we would take our mixed number. So we hit second and over D, and we add 20 with the arrow once. So it'll go to the top, the 1, hit the bottom arrow, 2, and hit the right arrow. So we add 20.5 minus, we'll press second and over D. We have 4, hit the right arrow to the top, which will give us 3. Hit the bottom arrow to the bottom, 4, and press enter. So we had 63 over 4. But if you notice, all of our answers are mixed numbers. So we'll do second, the x10 to the 10. Okay. I don't know why my calculator is doing this. Well, I guess it's my computer, but you were supposed to press second and then this value. It will give you this and press enter. For some reason, my mouse clicked it twice. That's why I got the syntax error. But it's supposed to be 15 3/4. So, but just to go over that again, because I don't like leaving anything out here. So let me just redo this problem. It'll be second, and then the N over D, which would be 20. Hit the right arrow, it'll be 1. Down arrow, 2. Right arrow, and then the minus. Second, N over D. You will have 4. The right arrow, it'll be 3. The bottom arrow, 4. You'll press enter. And then you'll press second, this X10 to the end, and then enter. And then it gives you 15 3/4, which is C. Okay. Now it says here 3 packages weigh one and a half pounds, 4 3/4 pounds, and 2 1/3 pounds. What is the average weight in pounds of the packages? Okay, now if you notice, they have the final answer here in decimal. So let's clear this out. So first we'll press second and over D. We have 1, hit the right arrow, 1, down arrow, 2. Hit the right arrow, plus, we have 4. Oh, you know what? I forgot to press second and then N over D. Then we have 4, the right arrow, 3, the down arrow, 4, right arrow, plus, second, N over D. It'll be 2, right arrow, 3, down arrow, 10, and press enter. Now that gives us 171 over 20. Now remember, they want us to do the average, so we will have to divide this by 3. So we'll put divided by and then 3. Now it gives us this fraction here. Now we want this fraction changed to a decimal. So we'll press second, this table key, and press enter. And it gives us 2.85, which is B. Now, if you want to, you can rewind this to go back over this problem. And I did make a mistake by saying this was problem number 2. This is actually problem number 5, not 2. So just for clarity's sake. Okay, now problem number 2. It says a box of cereal costs $4.69. The package label says that the box contains 19 servings. What is the cost of one serving to the nearest cent? So we'll press clear. So we'll do the cost, which is $4.69, divided by the servings is 19 servings, and press enter. Now they want us to round this. We know we round to 2 decimal places. So we'll go to the hundredths place, which is 4. Go to the right of it. That falls in the 5 through 9. So this will become 0.25, which is B. Okay, so number 3. Let's clear this out. It says, how much would a computer system cost if its price is shown below? Pay $200 down and make 12 monthly payments of only $98.85. So it'll be 200 plus the 12 monthly payments. It'll be 12 times 98.85. And because of order of operations, this will multiply, then add. And that'll give you 1,386 and 20 cents, which will be C. All right, we clear this. Now we go to number 4. Unleaded gasoline sells for $2.869 per gallon. How much would 10.5 gallons cost? Round your answer to the nearest cent. Okay, so we had 2.869 times second N over D is 10, right arrow, 1, down arrow, 2, and press enter. Now we want to round to the nearest cent, so that means 2 decimal places here. So we go to the hundredths place. To the right of it is a 4. That's 0 through 4, so the 2 remains the same. So it's $30.12, which is C. Okay, now we go to number 6 because we did number 5 already. Number 6, Gina is paid $8 an hour. If she earns $258 in 1 week, how many hours did she work? So we'll take 258. We know this is division, divided by 8, and press enter. She worked 32.25 hours. Now you notice here they have these as mixed numbers. So you'll press second, and then you will press this x10 to the end and press enter. It gives you 32 1/4, which is C. Okay, number 7. A developer plans to build homes on 20.5 acres. She estimates that 6.25 acres will be used for roads. The remaining land will be divided into 1/4 acre lots. How many lots can the subdivision include? Okay, so what you have to do here, first let's clear the calculator. First of all, we have to subtract off the 6 1/4 from 20.5, because roads is not where you could build houses or have lots at. Roads are separate. So we have 20, right arrow, 1, down arrow, 2. So right arrow minus second N over D. So we have 6, right arrow, 1, down arrow, 4. So we have 57/4. Now, this is the remaining land. It says the remaining land will be divided into 1/4 1/4 acre lots. How many lots can the subdivision include? So we'll hit divided by. This A and S means your previous answer. So that's 57/4. Divided by, we'll press N over D, 1, down arrow, 4, and press enter. So that gives us 57, which is B. Okay, number 8. Clear this. A school buys 1,000 whiteboard markers. Below is the price per marker for 2 brands. How much does the school... Okay, class, I had a little bit of a situation that I had to take care of, but we're going to finish up problem number 8 right now. It says the school buys 1,000 whiteboard markers. Below is the price per marker for 2 brands. How much does the school save by buying brand A instead of brand B? Now remember, both of them were purchased for 1,000 markers. So brand A, we'll take 1,000 times 0.27. That's brand A, so that's 270. Brand B, we'll take 1,000 times 0.36. and that gave us 360. So we could take 360 minus 270, and that gives us 90. So we save $90, which is D. Now this is one way of doing it. Another way you could have done this is here. We could clear this out. We could have took 1,000 times 0.36 minus, that's supposed to be 36, minus 1,000 times 0.27 and press enter, and it still would have given us the $90, which would be D. Okay, now we move on to the next page. It says questions 9 and 10 refer to the following information. As you all see, we have this information here, so let's read problems 9 and 10. Ray is a veterinarian at the small animal clinic. He has 4 appointments scheduled for Monday morning, 2 new patient appointments, a serious injury visit, and a dental scaling. In hours, how much time should these appointments take? Okay, so we had 2 new patient appointments. So that's 3/4 hours. Let me clear this out. So we have 2 times N over D, and that's 3/4. 3, 4, right arrow. Okay, so that would take care of those 2 appointments. 2 new patient appointments, a serious injury appointment, so we'll put plus. A serious injury appointment. Let's see, serious injury visit. So that's 1 1/4. So that'll be second U over D. We'll press 1 arrow, 1 down arrow 4. So that's 1 1/4. Okay, then plus. The next appointment is a dental scaling, which is 3/4. So we'll press N over D, 3, down arrow 4, and we'll press enter. Now that's 7 halves. Now they want us to have this in hours. So you notice we have mixed numbers or a whole number. So we'll change this improper fraction to a mixed number. So we'll press second, this x 10 to the n, and press enter. So it's 3.5, which is B. Okay, now we'll go to problem 10. Jennifer works 3.5 hours each morning at the clinic. How many routine physicals could she complete in one morning? So routine physical is 1/3 of an hour. So we'll take 3.5. So we'll press second N over D. We'll press 3, press the right arrow, 1, down arrow 2, and then the arrow again. That's 3.5 divided by the routine physical, which is 1/3. So we'll hit N over D. We'll hit 1, down arrow 3, and press enter. So it's 21 over 2. But they said how many could she complete in one morning? So that means we're trying to get the whole number answer. So we would take this, press second, and then the x10 to the n, enter. So she actually could complete 10 in the morning. So that would be your answer. It'll just be 10. Okay, now we're going to clear. Number 12. The city center parking garage charges $3.50 for the first hour and $1.25 for each additional half hour. How much would it cost to park at the garage for 2.5 hours? So, first of all, we know the first hour is $3.50. So that would mean we would be left with 1.5 hours because this person did 2.5 hours. So it'd be $3.50 plus 1.5 hours. Let me see. We get charged $1.25 for each additional half hour. So what we would do is take $1.25, and then we would, okay, so we had $3.50 plus the $1.25. Now, remember, they charge $1.25 for each additional half hour. So we know we're going to have 1.5 hours left. So what we need to figure out is how many times does 1/2 go into 1.5? So let's clear this. So we would take 1.5, we'll take second, the N over D. So we have 1 arrow 1 over 2, right arrow, divided by 1/2 N over D, 1 over 2. So that's 3. So that means that now that we have 3, so 1.5 hours, that'll be 3 additional half-hour sessions that you would be paying for. So what we would do is this: the first hour is $3.50. We've established that for the $1.25 every half hour, it's 3 of those that you would pay for. So it's $3.50 plus $1.25 times 3, and that gives you $7.25. Now, that's one way of doing it. And in class, I do show you all multiple ways of doing things. So let me show you another way how to do this. It's $3.50 for the first hour. So we add, it's $1.25 for each additional half hour. So to find out how many half hours we have, we would do a parenthesis. Then we'd do second N over D. That'll be 1 arrow 1/2, because we know it's 1.5 hours left. Right arrow, and then divided by 1/2. So N over D, 1 over 2, and then close your parenthesis and press enter. And it still gives you the same amount. You could do it either way. Okay, now 13. Susan scheduled 84 appointments for patients at a hospital outreach clinic. Only 56 patients kept their appointments. What fraction of the scheduled appointments were kept? So it's 56 out of 84. So it'd be 56 divided by 84. So we have 56 divided by 84. Press enter. Now it gave us this decimal. So we'll press second, and then we'll press table and press enter. So it's 2/3. So you would say write your answer on the line below, so you would just write 2/3. Okay, and then also up here we had got $7.25. So number 12 should have been C. So we'll clear that. Okay, number 14. It says the portion of a gas bill compares a household natural gas uses for December of this year and last year. How many more therms of natural gas did the household use in December of last year than in December of this year? Express your answer as a decimal. Write your answer below. So you would take 3.97 minus 3.13, and you'll put 0.84 because they want us to express our answer as a decimal. Now we look here at problem number 11. It says a minor league baseball stadium has 6,000 seats. On beach towel night, the stadium sold 5,500 of its available seats. What fraction of the seats were sold? So it's 5,500 out of 6,000. Press enter, we get this decimal, so we press second, table, enter. So it's 11/12, which is D. Okay, now we come to the next page here. We press clear. It says Jim and Carl have until 1 p.m. to load 250 boxes. By 12:30, 175 of the boxes were loaded. What fraction of the boxes has not been loaded? So what you have to do is take 250 minus the 175, because that's how many they will have left. So they have 75 left they need to load. So then we would take the 75, well, let me clear this. Okay, we would take the fraction 75 down arrow over 250. So we use the subtraction to get the 75. We'll press enter. That gave us 3/10. So that'll be B. So 3/10 haven't been loaded. Okay, 16. On the number line, what is the value of A minus B? Now, if you see here, A minus B, A is 7/8, so we'll do our fraction N over D, 7 down arrow 8, and then it's minus B. B is 1/4, so it'd be minus another fraction, 1 over 4. Press enter, we have 5/8. So 5/8 would be B. Now number 17. Scott is driving about 350 miles from Los Angeles to San Francisco. He plans to cover 3/4 of the distance before noon. How many miles does he plan to drive before noon? So 3/4 of the distance, that means it's multiplication. So we'll do the fraction 3 over 4 and then multiply the 380. That gives us 285, which is A. So now we go to problem 18. It says a cookie recipe calls for 1 2/3 cup of sugar. If you wanted to make half the quantity shown in the recipe, how many cups of sugar would you use? So we'll clear this. They want to know how many cups of sugar would you use. Of means multiplication. So they want us to make half. So we'll do this mixed number, second, and then N over D. So you have 1, arrow 2, down arrow 3. So 1 2/3 times the fraction of, it says half the quantity. So it'd be 1 over 2. And press enter. So it'd be 5/6, which is C. Okay, so now we go here to 19. Clear this out. It says question 19 is based on the following information. Which of the following shows the drill bits arranged in order from least to greatest in size? Okay, so now we look at the size here. First of all, well, we could do this here. We could do these fractions. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed. Let me clear this out. So you would hit N over D. You add 9 divided by 16. Oh, gave me a syntax error. Oh, I didn't press the down button. So it'd be 9 over 16. Oh, okay. I need to make this a decimal. Let me do this. Press second and table and press enter. So that gave me that decimal, 0.5625. Okay, so now we can compare this. So now we do the next thing. We'll press N over D. Now you notice I did not clear this out because I want you to still see this. So I'm going to compare this, let me see, with 5 over 32. Oh, I keep forgetting to change this to a decimal. Press second and table and enter. So you would type this value down and you would type this value down too. Now, if you don't clear it out, when you press the up arrow, it'll take you back to your former answer. So we have 0.5625 and 0.15625. So we know so far, the least so far is the 5 over 32. Now we go to the 3 over 8. So we do our fraction, 3, down arrow 8. Now before I go on here, I'm going to press the right arrow because now I remember to have this fraction changed to a decimal. I'm going to press second and then table and enter. Now this is 0.375. And then now we go for the last fraction, which is a half. Now we know, I'm going to still put it in here. We know 1/2 is just 0.5. So second table, oh, right arrow, then second table, enter. Okay, so now looking at these fractions, I have to go up here. We have 0.5625, 0.156. So the 0.156 is the lowest. So the 5 over 32, which is the core box. The core box is first. Then the next lowest would be this 3/8, which is the classic. So it's core box classic. Then it'll be bevel, which is 1/2, and then cutter. So it's D. Okay, now we go to problem 20. It says Joe is going to order a pizza. He will eat at least half of it. If he's very hungry, he might eat as much as 7/8 of it. Place 2 points on the number line below to represent the minimum fraction of the pizza Joe might have left over and the maximum fraction of the pizza Joe might have left over. So basically what they're saying is this here. If Joe ate half of the pizza, how much would he have left? If he ate half, he would have half left. So you will put a point right here on the half. Let me see if I could do that here. See if I make it thin. Okay, so oh, it wouldn't let me. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have half. That's 1 point. Okay, now the next, if he ate 7/8, now 7/8, that means that 1/8 will be left over. Because remember, 1 is the whole minus 7/8, 7/8, and then you'll press enter. That'll be 1/8 left. So you'll put a point here on a 1/8. Yeah, I would make it a lot smaller and neater, but that's basically how you would do it. You would put the point on the line. So it'd be 1/8 and 1/2. This right here would be the max he has left over. This would be the minimum he would have left over. Okay, now we go here to 21. It says a project should take no more than 60 hours. If John can spare 7.5 hours per day to work on the project, what is the maximum number of days it would take him to finish? Okay, it says a project should take no more than 60 hours. He could spare 7.5 hours a day. So we would take 60 divided by 7.5, and that would give us 8. What is the maximum number of days it would take him to finish? It would be 8. Okay, 22. It says, how many miles would a map distance of 5/8 inch represent if 1 inch is equal to 240 miles? So map distance of 5/8 of means multiplication. So we'll take 240 times the fraction 5, and then press the down arrow to 8 and press enter. So it'll be 150, which is C. Now we come here to the last page and we go to problem 23. It says a survey shows that 2/3 of all homeowners have a pet. Of those, 3/4 have either a dog or cat. Of the homeowners surveyed, what fraction has either a dog or cat? Okay, so a survey shows that 2/3 of all homeowners have a pet. Of those, 3/4 has either a dog or a cat. Of the homeowners surveyed, what fraction has either a dog or a cat? So this again is a multiplication problem because we know the word of means multiply. So we'll take the 2/3 and multiply it by 3/4. 3/4 and press enter. It's 1/2, which is A. So we clear this. Now we go to 24. At Wyman Shipping, 140 employees work during the day shift. At night, the crew is 2/5 the size of the day shift. How many workers are scheduled to work the night shift? So it says the night shift is 2/5 the size of the day shift. So we would take N over D, 2/5, right arrow, times 140. So it's 56, which is B. Okay, now we come here to problem 25. The map below shows the distance in miles between 4 stores. Maya drives a van that delivers supplies to each of the stores. On Friday, she traveled the following route. It says store A to B, B to C, C to D, D to C, C to A. How many miles did she drive in all? So we have to do this one at a time. A to B. So from A to B is 2.4. So we add 2.4 plus B to C. So we go B to C, which is 4.3. Then C to D. C to D is 3.6. D to C. So we go back, it's still 3.6. And then C to A. C to A, we have it as 4.0. And our final answer is 50. Wait a minute, I must have, oh, okay. There was a little error here. Bring this back down here. Okay, I don't know why, but sometimes it doubles the number. So this should have been 17.9, which is C. So 17.9 is the answer. Now we go to 26. From a wooden dowel, 12.5 feet long, Jamie cut two pieces, each 3 3/4 feet long. How long in feet is the remaining piece? So what we do, we would take this mixed number, which is 12, and then 1 over 2. Press our right arrow. Then we would subtract 3 3/4. We could do second, mixed number 3, right arrow 3 over 4. And then minus the mixed number, which would be 3 3/4, and press enter. That'll give us 5. So our answer would be D. Okay. So on problem 27, it says Luis bought 20 shares of stock priced at $26.38 per share. He also paid an $8 transaction fee. How much did he pay for the shares and the fee? Okay, so had 20 shares at $26.38, but then had to pay an $8 transaction fee. So we'll add $8, press enter. So it's $535.60, which is B. Okay, 28. A mat board is 60 inches wide. How many strips measuring 0.75 inches wide can be cut from the board? Assume no waste from the cuts. Write your answer on the line below. So we'll take 60, this is division, divided by 0.75. And we would have 80. So your answer here would be 80 boards. Okay, so now 29, the last problem. It says, of his take-home pay each month, Jerry spends 1/6 on a car payment and 1/4 on food. What fraction of his take-home pay is left after paying for these two items? Write your answer on the line below. Okay, we would do addition here. So it'll be 1/6, 1 over 6, right arrow, plus the fraction 1 over 4. Then we'll press enter. So that gave us 5/12. So now remember, we want to know how much is left after paying these two items. So his whole paycheck is 1 minus this fraction we have, which would be 5 over 12. So 1 minus 5/12, enter, will leave us 7/12. And that is your final answer because they wanted it in a fraction. So your answer here is 7/12. And we are done. And this will be uploaded to YouTube. Have a wonderful day.